Hi guys, welcome to Talk English Club. I'm Fabio and this is Immersion. Roll the intro. Oi galera, sejam bem-vindos ao Talk English Club. Eu sou o Fábio e este é o Imersão. Os vídeos onde nós fazemos a leitura dos mais variados textos e trazemos para você para praticar a sua escuta, pronúncia, leitura ou até mesmo a escrita. Então acompanhe, tente encontrar na leitura as palavras que você já tem conhecimento no inglês, como shopping, entre outras, e tente também encontrar a similaridade das palavras que tem latim. Já praticamos isso lá em outros vídeos. Vamos à leitura?
Chapter 1 Arthur and Merlin. Once there was a king in Britain called King Arthur. He was a great and good king. He loved the beautiful princess Igraine, and he wanted to marry her, but she did not love him. He was very sad, and everyone thought that he would die. There was a magician named Merlin. He could change himself into any animal or bird. He could change so that no one could see him. He could go from place to place by magic. One day, Merlin came to King Arthur. He said, "King Arthur, I will help you. You shall marry Princess Igraine, and she will have a son. I will help you if you will give that son to me." "I will give him to you," said the king. So King Arthur married Igraine, and they had a son. They named the son Arthur. When Arthur was 3 days old, a very old man was seen at the door of the king's house. It was Merlin. Then King Arthur took the child in his arms and went out and gave him to Merlin. Soon after, the King Arthur became very ill. He knew that he was going to die. Then Merlin said, "Call all your knights and great men and tell them my son Arthur will be king after me." King Arthur did that before he died. But all the knights and great men began to fight. Each wanted to make himself king. Merlin took Arthur away. He gave the child to a good knight named Sir Ector. Arthur grew up with Sir Ector's son, Kay, and became a man. When Arthur was a man, Merlin went to the archbishop, the head of the church, and said, "Call all the great men of Britain to London. Then they shall see the man who will be their king." All the great men came to London. They went into the church, and the archbishop spoke to them. When they came out of the church, they saw in front of the church door a great stone, there was a sword in the stone, and there was written on the stone, "The man who can take this sword out of the stone is the King of Britain." All the knights tried, one after another, to take the sword out of the stone, but none of them could do it. The sword would not come out. At the same time, there was a great joust in London. All the great knights jousted in it. They began on their horses with spears. They rode quickly and met. Crash! Some knights fell off their horses, and then they fought on foot with swords. Sir Ector went to the joust with Sir Kay and Arthur. The two young men wanted to joust, but Sir Kay had no sword. Arthur said, "There is a sword in the stone outside the church. I saw it on the way here. I'll get it and fight with it, and you can have my sword, Sir Kay." They rode to the church. Arthur got off his horse. He took the sword in his hands, and it came out of the stone. They went back to the field. When Sir Ector saw the sword, he kissed Arthur's hands and said, "You are my king." They went to the archbishop. Then the archbishop called all the knights. The archbishop said, "Put the sword back into the stone." Arthur put the sword back into the stone. All the knights tried again to take it out, but it did not move. Arthur took it out again. So they cried out, "Arthur is the king! Arthur is king!" They all went into church, and the archbishop made Arthur king of Britain. So Arthur became king. He married the most beautiful lady in England, Princess Guinevere, and she became his queen. Then Merlin made the round table. There were 150 places at the table. Each knight had his name written in his place. There were 128 knights at the table. As time went on, other brave and good knights came, and King Arthur gave them places. One place was not filled for a long time. That place was for a knight who had never done any bad thing to anyone. It was called the Seat Perilous. If a bad man sat in it, he would die. After many years, Sir Galahad came and was given that place.